I'm gonna show you how to make this nasty headlight lens look just like this. First things first, I'm going to make sure to protect all this beautiful paint from damage. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna tape all the way around the headlight lens. You may also take the whole headlight out if you would like, but I find this to be just fine. Just a quick mask job. Now with all this being taped off, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some soapy water and we are just going to go ahead and give this a nice quick cleanup is what we're gonna do. Now you can see, right, especially here, there's so much you can feel in this. So with this being nice and wet, I'm gonna give it a quick rinse down. Perfect. Now we are ready to do our first pass on this. And so I'm going to be using my little die grinder. This is not technically the tool to do this because it's going to spin way too fast, but I do have it in setting 1 and I'm going to take my time. So
I'm going to be using the water the whole entire time. Since I'm using my die grinder and I'm not using like a DA, I'm going to be spinning this way too fast. In setting 1, I'm at like 10,000 RPMs out of that die grinder. So if I just used like a little squirt bottle and I was squirting the water on there, what it's going to do is the die grinder is just going to burn straight through it and it's going to leave marks in the headlight and I would have to work extra hard to get them clean. So I'm just going to run the water the whole entire time. Like I said, if you had like a DA or something like that, you could get away with easily just running a little squirt bottle and spritzing the headlight housing. I did end up using 180 grit sandpaper to get down through that really crustiness that was on this headlight housing. There was just no way I was not going to be able to do that. And so after that, I started working my way up and out.
now here's the headlight. This is after our first pass. I did drop all the way down to 180 grit to get a lot of this grime off of here. You want this to be pretty even all the way across. If you see any mismatch in the headlight, go ahead and hit it again. This is, go ahead and just dry it off and you'll actually see, but it's not even yellow anymore. So 120 grit is extremely aggressive. You need to be extremely careful when you're doing this because you don't want any burn throughs. So we've got this taken care of. Now I'm gonna hit it with some 320, which I got here, will be our next jump, and we'll get that done. This will be, the first layer is always going to be the hardest because you got all the grime, all the gunk, all the imperfections, but always make sure, use your hand, feel. You can feel so much with your hands, and that'll give you so much feedback. So let's get on to that next layer. Got some 800 grit here. Let's continue on.
Now you may be thinking, 800 grit, you were just at 320. Yeah, I was just at 320 grit, but I'm not going to show you the 4 and the 600. Those were my jumps. 400 and then it's 600 were my jumps. Here's my 800. It's just you going up slightly every single time and just working out the scratches. And so I did jump ahead here, but as you can see, I mean, right now, the headlight doesn't look a whole lot different even after I've done 4 and 600. So the 320 to the 800, I just did simply to just make the video a little bit shorter for you guys, get the point across, you know, such and such.
This is just after 800 grit. You can see it's getting a lot better, and you can also see I have a couple burn throughs on here. That's the grinder rips. So I'm going to put a little bit more tape down and continue. As you can see, it's already made a couple of marks, but this car, the paint doesn't matter. You can see damage there, there's damage there, there's damage all over the place. Technically that's fine, but just so you know, be careful with your car. But after just 800 grit, you can see how much better this headlight's looking. 1000 grit.
So the 1000 grit, once you hit that actually seems to be where just the turning point happens. The headlight starts looking really cool. Like, it's my favorite part. I actually really like revamping headlights because they just look so good, especially when you can bring them back from, I mean, the point that these headlights started out as. Like, it's so much fun. It is so satisfying. I highly recommend doing it any chance you get, just because it's so much fun. Like, sure, you could buy some housings. Like, for instance, these housings on this Impala are $60 a side. Just get a new housing. But it is so much fun to do it like this. Now, granted, if it doesn't make sense for you time-wise, of course, yeah, go ahead and swap it out. But it is so much fun to actually do this.
1500 grit.
Now, a lot of people, what they're going to do is they're going to actually stop at 1,000 grit, especially with the method I'm going to be doing. The method I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be clear coating the headlight lens. So a lot of people like a little bit extra surface scratches inside it from just the 1,000 grit, and then they'll clear coat to that. But I'm going to jump all the way to 2,000. I'm not saying you have to do this. That is not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that is what I'm simply going to be doing. I've done it. I haven't really had issues with it. I've had long-lasting results. I think it's fine to jump to 2,000. I wouldn't go past 2,000. The reason I'm doing it is because, like I said, I really like the satisfaction of actually buffing on the headlight and making it look really, really cool. And so I do go a little bit farther with it. Would it probably last longer with the 1,000 grit? Probably. I mean, 1,000 versus 2,000. 2,000 grit is a finer sandpaper in comparison to the 1,000 grit. So that is strictly up to you when you are going to stop. There will definitely be the same instructions at the end when we start actually clearing the lens. So if you want to stop at 1,000 and go with that, then you go with that. Like I said, I'm jumping to the 2,000. It's just, I can't help myself. I'm having too much fun here.
Once you get to the point where you actually like your headlight, I'm going to use a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, and this will actually, look how bright that gets. You can actually see how your lens is going to look by just wiping that down. This will also clean up the lens, and as you can see, that looks really good. So that's going to look really good once we clear it. Now go ahead and tape all the way around the lens. Afterwards, you should have something looking like this, and this is how your lens should be looking. There's one little spot right here. One little spot, and this is okay. I'm good with it because once I put the isopropyl alcohol, you actually don't even hardly see this, and the whole lens will look good. It's good for what I'm doing. So at this point, you can use cardboard. You're gonna want something flat, and then you can then tape the cardboard around to the headlight, or you can hold it while we spray, because we are going to be clearing these, because all this will be destroyed by the sun and fade these out real fast if we don't clear them. So I'm going to go ahead and make essentially a cardboard fan all the way around. I think that's going to be the best option. And then I will show you the clear that we will be using today. And here is our cardboard fan right here. You could tell there's a good amount of cutting you would have to end up doing and need a decent amount of cardboard. So if you're someone that doesn't have excess cardboard and doesn't want to go this long a route, well, I got something for you. Just a roll of plastic. Then you can do this right here. This is another option. I ended up taping it up here just where it's so the wind won't blow it over. Now that I give you both options, you can do the plastic, you could do the cardboard. Shoot, you could even do sheets of paper if you wanted. We just need to get these isopropyl alcoholed and done, and then we will get these tack ragged, and then we'll do our first coat. All right, go ahead and get this isopropyled nice and clean. We want everything. We don't want no debris anywhere on this headlight. So get that all nice and wiped down just like that. After you've done the isopropyl alcohol, it dries away. What we're going to use is a tack rag. And this tack rag is to get all the leftover debris that were left behind. This will pick up small little particles, all sorts of stuff like that. After that's done, I'm going to show you what clear we're using. Here is the clear we're going to be using. This is really easy to get. This you can just get off Amazon. Here you go. Just give you a quick look. Now, why will we be using this clear? Well, you can see there's a button here. Look at the bottom. You take this button, you put it in the bottom, and this will release activator into this. It's got hardener, guys. So this is perfect. This is real close to what you would get if you were spraying, out of a gun. Like this is, and mixing your clear. So
This is what we want to use. This will be a long-lasting finish on the car, and it will look really, really good. It'll probably outlast what we got going on the rest of the cars. So let's get this going. I need to get this all shook up. This stuff is toxic, so I'm going to wear a mask. I do have this all shook up and ready to go. Let's go ahead and do our first coat. We're going to do a light first coat just to start getting it on there, and then we'll do a medium coat and a couple thick coats. Now, if I could have it my way, I wouldn't be doing this in direct sunlight. That's not very good for it, but this is my only option, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm in my driveway, so we're gonna do that. Would be good if I had an umbrella or something, but we'll let this sit for probably about around 8 to 10 minutes, somewhere in there, and then we'll continue on. It looks like I got a little hair right there that I'll need to pluck. All right, let's go ahead and do our second coat. Look how crazy that looks. It looks so good. I did forget the hair on the second coat because I went up and I was talking with my wife in between coats. So there's a little hair right there that I'm gonna have to really work on getting out. But look at the rest of the housing. That is so nice. It looks so good. Wow. Let's get on with our third coat. And here's going to be our final coat. Oh yeah, we like that. It's all been removed. Check that out. Now, is it absolutely perfect? No, it's not absolutely perfect. There's some little bits and pieces, but as a whole, these housings are, I mean, 2004, these are 22 years old. These look badass. Look at that. This one has a little bit of a like a milkiness in it that I just couldn't get out. Just one little spot right here, as you can see, but I mean, just check that out. Look how good these look. I wasn't going to get that one absolutely perfect. I worked on this side way longer than I did the driver's side here. And I still just really like how those turned out. These are awesome. Look at that. Makes the trim look awful. It makes this grill that's sun faded look awful. These look absolutely awesome, and these are going to serve this car for many more years now. Hopefully this is something that helped you out and got your headlights looking quite a lot like this. These will need, after a couple of days, it would be a good idea to cut and buff because clear coat is very wavy when you lay it down. So a good cut and buff, and these can look even shinier. If you don't, since it's not a completely smooth surface from, like I said, the waviness of the clear coat, they will collect dirt a little bit easier, things like that. And so they could be a little bit more on the irritating side to clean. So definitely a good cut and buff would really help these. And yeah, they look awesome. They'll look awesome on your car, whatever it happens to be. This was done on a 04 Impala. So thank you guys all for watching. I was actually really excited to make this. This is way cool. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Later.